Hello, everyone. So, this is just a quick message, I'd say, and an experience of mine. So, a few days ago, I posted something about not allowing anybody to pray over you in what they call tongues, right? Now, a few months ago, I was asleep but conscious in the spirit, and I heard when someone whispered and said, Je m'appelle, but they didn't say a name, but I just heard Je m'appelle. And I woke up immediately and I was like, Je m'appelle? Yes, I know that means I am, but I didn't get the name. So, anyway, prior to that, though, I was being led to study French. I was being pushed, like something keeps pushing me to study French. And every time I start, I stop. Every time I start, I stop. Every time I start, I stop. It's like, it's just hard for me to do. But anyway, a few, our phones. Our phones, let me put it this way. Yah speaks to us in mysterious ways, even if it's through our phones, right? I don't really use the phone as a source of his mysterious ways, but sometimes he speaks to us through other persons over on different platforms, right? All right, so um there was a time when it happened to me about two or three times when I was worshiping, or I was just praising and I was singing. One of my favorite ways to serve the Holy Spirit, guys, is singing. Literally, that's just one of my favorite ways. And I remember while singing, I started to pray. And while I was praying, there were words coming out that I didn't know, right? But I knew it was a different language. And when I say a different language, I mean like Spanish, French, whatever. But I kept stopping because I did not understand what was happening, right? And I was afraid because, well, I wasn't afraid, but I was mindful because because the devil can still try to creep in every now and again, and I didn't want to be using a tongue that is not of Yah. So every time it happens, I would be a little bit skeptic or mindful about it. But all of a sudden, right? This has been happening for the past, I'd say, maybe about 2 3 weeks now. I'd say when I'm praying, I would say these words, but I didn't really understand it. But come to realize now that it is actually French. The words that keep coming out is French words, right? And of course, doing that, sometimes my phone is nearby and it will pick up your voice. Sometimes we talk out aloud and we will go and we'll see ads that we talk about, or we'd see a channel or video recommendation of something that we just talked about, right? So apparently it picked up the French language, and all of a sudden now I'm being recommended some French channels, about Yahweh, which is so, I mean, like I'm so, I don't know even how to feel about it. But all of a sudden now, I'm being recommended channels in French about Yahweh. And every time I open it, I don't feel bad, but I feel some kind of way because I'm like, okay, this is why I was supposed to be learning French. It's like I immediately knew why I was supposed to be learning French. Now, this, if a Jamaican starts singing and praying, or any other, another person who starts speaking the Jamaican language and never spoke English before, they're speaking in a different tongue, right? And there must be one person there who can say, okay, you know what? That sound like French, that sound like Spanish, that sound like Korean, that sound like Chinese, right? There must be one person who can pick up and know, say, that language is from another country. But you have this language that they call tongues that they speak in church. It sounds, I don't even know what description to give it. Nobody no normally understand it. No one understand it. Even the person who is speaking this tongue, they don't understand it. And sometimes you are summoning some very dark, demonic entities, and you don't know that you're actually doing that. Nobody understand it. Literally nobody understand it. It's always them saying it's just a communication between me and God. But which God? You're summoning something dark with these tongues that you call tongues, you know? So I just wanted to share that experience with you all. And basically, what I'm trying to say is that tongues is just another language that you speak in that you may not understand. You may have a connection with it, an amazing connection, but you still don't understand what it's saying. But there is going to be at least one person who can say, okay, this is French, or this is Spanish, or this is Chinese. But the other tongues where nobody no understand, nobody no understand, them just say it's communication between you and God, and not one person can understand it. So basically, that's what I wanted to say, guys. I hope this helps someone when it comes to speaking in tongues. Take care, everybody.